Hello fellow lifters, my name is Amin Suhansky. I'm a personal trainer and a health coach. Today this video is on 5 common pitfalls for the new lifter. So this video is a compilation of things that I've learned from my own fitness journey as well as those clients that I've trained over the years. So those are overtraining, using the same programming for too long. 3 is not intaking enough calories and or protein. 4, not getting enough quality sleep and recovery. And 5 is lacking consistency. So number 1, overtraining. This is super easy to do, and I've seen it dozens and dozens and dozens of times. People will come to the gym trying to keep up with their friends or doing a program that they saw online. And for someone who's starting out, you have to do a lot less than you think you need to do. For an average lifter, someone coming into the gym, you could be in the gym for 2 times a week for about 30 minutes, and that would be plenty of time to get you started. Essentially, when you start growing, all you need to start doing is more than you have been doing. So it really doesn't take a lot, especially when you're just getting started, to stay right in that sweet spot, but it is very easy to overtrain. Number 2, using the same programming for too long. What happens when you use the same programming for too long is you plateau at some point. Everybody's body is different. I did this for the first year. When I first got into lifting, I watched YouTube videos, I Googled things, I asked people, different from my experiences from football in high school. I put together a workout that was pretty simple and basic, and I used that for about the first year of lifting. Now at about the 6-month mark is where I started really plateauing and noticing that I wasn't breaking as much barriers as I was when I first started lifting. Now I really wish I would have known this early on, that I could have just switched up my programming around the 3 to 6 months in between that window, and really saw a lot more of those newbie gains and realized that it's simply, you just need to utilize different recruitment patterns and you'll see those gains return like you did when you first started lifting. Maybe not as intensely, but you'll see those gains and you'll be able to adapt and blow through those plateaus. Number 3 is not intaking enough calories and specifically protein. I mentioned protein specifically because a lot of people will track their general calories, but they're not tracking their protein and or they're not getting enough protein in their diet. You want to have about 1 gram per pound of goal body weight. So if you're trying to bulk and you're 125 pounds and you're trying to get to 135, you're going to want to have 135 grams of protein in your diet throughout the day. Now this one was a game changer for me when I figured this out in my lifting journey. When I first got this dialed in about the span of 6 months, I was able to gain about 20 pounds of lean body mass. And again, it made a huge difference in my energy, my recovery, and just overall fitness journey. It was just a massive game changer for me. Number 4 is making sure that you're getting quality sleep and recovery. Now this is one that is not talked about enough, and because I think a big reason for that is it's not super sexy or super marketable or cool to talk about. But bottom line, end of story, you have to be getting good sleep. That's one of the most basic things for getting solid recovery and being able to grow. I tell my guys all the time in the gym, spending time in the gym is a stressor on the body. That's when your muscles are being torn down and they're giving the signal to repair, but you have to give them the time and space to actually begin and complete that repair. And that involves intaking protein, sleeping, doing enough stretches, doing some stretch yoga, meditating. What you have to do is get into a parasympathetic or a calmed state where your central nervous system tells your body, okay, it's time to rest, recover, repair, which will then allow you to go back into the gym and do the movements at a greater capacity than you originally were able to. So again, the growth comes in the recovery period. The tear down comes in the workout period. So number 5, lacking consistency. So common for people to start working out, and either in the first week or 2 they get really sore, they get discouraged. And again, this kind of goes pairing with overtraining, making sure you're not doing too much. but just staying consistent, even if it's once a week to start off. If that's all you have time for, once a week for 30 minutes, that's doing more than you were doing previously if you weren't lifting previously. And just making sure that you're building upon that each week. If you take 3 weeks doing once a week and then you're able to fit in twice a week, just making sure that you're continually progressing and adding more to your routine to be able to progressively overload over time. Now, I'm going to add a bonus one in here because being a man, I am very familiar with this, and I've done this way more times than I like to admit, but not being humble and teachable. Now, I took these little things from football, and I found these little things in YouTube. And why did I do that? Is because I wanted to be reliant on myself. I wanted to find and do everything my way and figure out how I can just, put it all together and not have to rely on anyone else. Little did I know, I learned all these things from asking other people, from finding resources, from getting educated. And to do that, you have to be humble. To get good at something, you have to be willing to suck at it first. So my message to you would be, stick with it. It may be hard. It's going to be small stepping stones. You're not trying to go from not working out at all to working out 5 times a week. We're going to be realistic and implement things slowly. That's the best way to do it sustainably, and that's my approach, is sustainable. And so just make sure you're being humble. Make sure you're asking people questions. If you get into the gym and you see the biggest guy there, go ask him what works. Just say, hey, what does your workout look like? How can I adapt and modify it to work for me? So I hope you like this video. I would love to continue to bring content your way, so please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.